It certainly is. I mean, look, you've got three different prefixes for London at the moment. In fact, four. They've just introduced a new one. But yeah, absolutely. The whole idea of the way that the numbers work is if you want to attract people from the London area, or even globally, people like to deal with companies that have a London presence. And whilst it's not always possible to have a London presence, you can still have a London phone number to give the look and feel of having a London presence. And we can also get you a London virtual office address as well. So we've got all of that covered. And the idea is that whatever London number you put on your website, it will ring on your landline or mobile phone wherever you are in the world.
Amazing. Like, people don't realize that. So traditionally, if you had an 020, what was London? 01. 01.
London, well, yeah, London used to be 01. Then it went to be see, I'm showing my age here. It went to 0171 and 0181, and then went to 0171 for inner London and 0181 for outer London. And then it went to, because they simply needed more numbers, it went to 0207 for inner London, 0208 for outer London. And then they introduced the 0203 London, which is London-wide, but also the surrounding areas.
So what's this new one?
So the new one is actually 0204. And again, it's purely down to the fact that there's such a clamour, such a demand for obvious reasons, and because of the success that people have had with London phone numbers. The newest London phone number is an 0204 number.
So is there a waiting list, Nick? Do you sit on a waiting list? Is this thing? So say I'm based in New York and I'd love a London number. How long does it take from inquiry to getting that organised?
I can get that live for you in extremely quickly. We've got a stock of
a week, a month, an hour.
No, well, I mean, give us a bit of time, but I could do it pretty quickly. We've got a stock of numbers, and it's just literally connecting that number up, provisioning it to your landline or mobile number, wherever you want the calls to answer, setting up where you want the call alerts, because every time you miss a call, every time you get a voicemail, or every time you have a call, we will actually email you. So we need to get that set up as well, just to cover all the bases. So for example, whenever you get a call through a Cleartone number, that call is recorded, and the recording is actually emailed to you at the moment the phone's put down. And same again, as soon as you get a voicemail, if someone leaves you a voicemail, the voicemail itself is sent to you as an email. And the same with the missed call. If you miss a call, we will send you an email with the number that's called you. So we need those, just literally those two key bits of information, obviously your name and your company name, but the two key bits of information as far as we're concerned is, where do you want the calls to ring on? So is it a local number in New York? Will it be your mobile phone? And again, that's worldwide, so it doesn't need to be restricted just to the UK. And where do you want all of the different alerts that we send to you as part of our service, all included? Where do you want those to go through to?
That's fantastic. And of course, you do a call waiting service too, to make you sound incredibly busy, like a big company. So you could say when they call, option 1, option 2, option 3, that's all, you can bolt that on. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, there's two elements to that. With the standard service, it would normally include a, welcome to your company name, please hold the line while we try and connect you. But if you want to, if you've got different departments or different people working within the business that look after different things, so if you've got a colleague, or alternatively, you want to give the look and feel of being a larger company, then basically we can have, hello and welcome to your company name, press 1 for sales, press 2 for marketing, press 3 for accounts. And for example, even if you are just a one-man band, if it's sales, you want to know about it, so it will come through to your mobile phone. If it's to do with marketing, well, you'll deal with that when you're in your office. And if it's accounts, that, for example, could go straight through to voicemail, and you can deal with that as and when you want to. So the idea is also with the switchboard element, you can actually transfer calls between yourself and any colleagues. So if you have a colleague that deals with the finance side and you deal with the sales side, if you pick up the phone, you can simply transfer the calls to the finance department. So it gives the look and feel of a really established company, really professional company, when you might not necessarily be that established, you may be quite new, but you certainly want to look professional. So it works very well.
where there's an opportunity to send out a message while somebody's on hold. The tricky thing that I would think is having to find a voiceover actor or actress to do you take that pain away? So the hold doesn't necessarily have to be music, but it could actually be a message saying that we do these mortgages or we do this or that. Is that something that you'd offer?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, customers have the opportunity to actually record that themselves. However, as part of our service to you, and often included in the cost, we will record your welcome message, your virtual switchboard message. We'll do the whole thing for you. And it's important to note that when we talk about switchboard, it's not a physical switchboard. It's all done on our technology on our side. So in essence, it's a virtual switchboard in the cloud.
Incredible. Incredible. So it's very straightforward. If you have a new business and you'd like to come across, it's so straightforward. It's cleartonecommunications.co.uk. On there is a support mechanism where you can talk to somebody, a real human being that will help you. There's a landline of 0800 001622. And it's so straightforward, really easy. But this is for established businesses as well. If you've reached the limitations of the capability of your particular landline provider, then let us know. Now, for me, I'd rather deal with somebody. I used to be with a much bigger company, and it was very frustrating of nobody taking ownership. Nick, what kind of reassurance can you give us that you do care? I know you do, and the assurance you take every customer seriously, and you want to provide that brilliant service.
Sure. I mean, look, we're very different to most of the other companies, whereas we have office, we have staff, we have people that are waiting on the end of the phone. There's no long call queues. You will have an individual private business account manager who you'll be able to email. You'll get their mobile phone number, you'll get their direct line. So we're very different. You know, we pride ourselves on the fact, you know, we're not BT. We don't try to be BT. We focus on what we know. We focus on the customers that we know will get the most benefit out of our business. So it's a very different experience to working with a monster like a bigger company.
Well, I highly endorse everything that Cleartone do, and I hope you've enjoyed this miniature blog that we put together for 0207 numbers, 028 numbers, 0203 numbers, now 0204 numbers.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Absolutely.